Now add an instance of each of your buttons to the main timeline here of your buttons layer. Let's click there and now drag out a copy of each button symbol to create button instances of each 3 buttons. Let's go ahead and arrange these correctly here, like so. Those are all lined up and in the correct order. Open up the Properties Inspector again and label your button instances as follows. This is very important. Click on the button here for the instance name. We're going to name the first one Image 1. Name the second one Image 2. And let's name the third one Image 3, like so. Close the Properties Inspector. We're now ready to add our script. Click on the first layer there, the first frame, and open up the Actions window. And very carefully type the following lines of code. First, create your loader object variable, var, myLoader, loader. Be careful here with the uppercase L, there and there, for the myLoader and the loader. Both must be uppercase, as well as the L in the new loader. Open close parent, semicolon. Next, write the function to run when the image number 1 button is pressed. Function button 1 press. Press has a capital P there. Then go ahead and write your event, mouse event, void. That's a curly brace right there. Notice the color changes there. Those should change to the correct colors when you type it out correctly. Then you're going to create your myLoader.load. That's a lowercase l for that load. New URL request. This is where it changes a little bit. We're going to be loading image1.jpg in the images subfolder. That's why it's very important that you save those images to a subfolder labeled images with an S. All lowercase on the images and the image1.jpg. Don't forget the 2 closing parentheses at the end and the semicolon. Then we're going to go ahead and add the addChild method for adding the images onto the stage. Then we're going to place the images 200 pixels from the left, 100 pixels down. Closing curly brace. Then we're going to go ahead and add our event listener for the image 1 button click. Image 1 there, add event listener, mouse event.click. The click is all in uppercase. We've seen this before, comma, and then we're going to run the button 1 press function, semicolon, and that's it. Go ahead now and save your file and do a control test movie. Only the first button will work, so let's go ahead and click on that button. And notice that the image is a little bit too far over to the left. So what we can do, 2 things we can do here. We can either change the location of these images over there. Also, this third button is a little bit too low there. Let's bring that up so that they're more even. And let's do a control test movie and see if that's a little bit better. We can also change the coordinates using the scripting here. Right here, the X and Y coordinates. I can move that X value over a little bit more so it doesn't interfere with the buttons. Let me review this script a little bit more here. First thing that we did is we created a new loader object called myLoader. Then in our function we tell the loader to retrieve a file from our images folder using the URL request class right here. So we can see the new loader. We attach it to the stage using the addChild function. Then we specify the XY coordinates for the loader object. Now this worked great, but our script is not very scalable. If we were to use this construction to make all 3 of our buttons work, the script would be at least 3 times as long as this one. Now imagine if we had 5 or 6 or maybe a dozen images that we wanted to load, so we would need a dozen buttons. That's too much typing to make all those buttons work. So to make this code scalable, let me now move on to the next movie and introduce the event.target.name property to make this script much more efficient when we scale it up to include more buttons and more images.